Welcome back. Thanks for watching Ozarks Tonight. Good to have you here. I'm David Oliver. We're all looking ahead now. We're in the summer months, wondering what the fall might look like for our kids in terms of school. Well, we're going to get some perspective on that and many other issues pertaining to Springfield Public Schools tonight. We're honored to be joined tonight by the superintendent for SPS, Dr. John Jungmann. Dr. Jungmann, thanks for being our guest. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's talk first. Here we are. It's Wednesday, May 27th. You all just wrapped up online learning last week on Thursday, May 21st. How do you think that went? I've got a 7th grader, and he took part in online learning too. How do you think that went so far with this transition we had to make unexpectedly?
Sure. Well, maybe I should ask you, David. You've truly experienced it, and I can say that I can speak from a father also, because I've had 3 kids that have experienced it, one at the elementary level and 2 at the high school level. And we know that this shift wasn't perfect, but we feel good about the fact that our teachers stayed engaged with our kids till the very end of the school year, trying to support them in every way possible to keep learning moving. So technology was deployed for our one-to-one program was already in 3rd through 12th grades, but we put enough devices in the hands of our kids to make sure that K2 also had access. We supplemented that with internet hotspots for those who didn't have regular internet access for more than 2,000 additional students, so that our teachers could stay regularly engaged and, have the new face-to-face contact through whether it be Zoom or our Canvas platform. We think that supports were provided, and hopefully learning continued at a level so students are ready to come back in the fall, prepared for what we anticipate being a seated environment.
As I was preparing for our interview today, I thought about this. After Christmas break, you all come back to school without any idea of what the end of the year would look like. You just had to be surprised, I'm sure, from a long-time educational standpoint.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing that you do to prepare for this, right? No, we've never been here before. I would say the good thing for SPS is our teachers are well trained in the use of technology. We've spent the last several years ensuring that our kids have access and that our teachers are well trained, and that a lot of our learning systems are built into technology right now. It never replaces the day-to-day interaction that we want to have for our kids, but we were ready as we think we could be for this kind of crisis, and now we know what can happen. We'll be ready for things like this that might happen in the future.
I think it's safe to say that all of us parents certainly already respected and loved teachers. We have an even bigger, newfound respect, even more so for teachers and educators. That is for sure. Summer school here in SPS has always been a very popular program every year. Tell me about what y'all are doing this year in terms of that program.
Yeah, those who've been around know that explore is a part of our vocabulary, and we have made our summer program a staple in so many families' lives, and we normally serve around 12,000 kids. Almost half of our students attend one of our explore classes, and they've been able historically to take those online, maybe at the high school level, but seated at the elementary and middle school level, where they got to explore our community as well as continue learning the things that we know that we want to guarantee: the reading, the writing, the opportunities to dive into math and just hone those skills. This year, we are going to have Explore, but for June, we're repackaging that as Explore to Go. We will do it virtually for the month of June, just to ensure that we're able to keep the social distancing and put some good plans together for July, which we just announced today. We will have options for parents. So if you want to continue to learn virtually, we'll allow you to have that option. If you want to try a seated option, we'll be ready to try a seated option. We've been working in partnership with the Greene County Health Department to try to build up the right protocols to ensure that we have safety for both our staff and our students when we come back in July. And then if you want to do a hybrid mix, we're going to allow for you to enroll for a couple days a week, so that if you want to try any one of those versions in July, we're going to offer multiple modalities for our parents and our students.
So a lot going on indeed. The Missouri School Board Association came out a few weeks ago with some recommendations for what the fall could perhaps look like in our state. Clearly, these are going to be local decisions made by folks like yourself and local school boards. I'm going to ask you to look into your crystal ball, Dr. Jungmann, and at what you think the fall might look like for students here in Springfield.
Yeah, I think what I just kind of talked about, what we're talking about for summer, is what we anticipate maybe the fall looking like. Our goal from day one is always to get back to a seated environment. And that seated environment, though, may be a little different, right? We may not travel from class to class quite as much. We may keep social distancing in those classroom environments. We may have to not have the assemblies that we're used to having, or going to the gym area to kick off the day or end the day. So that's one option. And then the other is, for parents that aren't comfortable in that environment, maybe there's some health concerns at home or health concerns for a student, we'll still have a full virtual option, K-12. We want parents to be able to choose. And then there might be something in the middle that we have to bounce back and forth between, to be honest, if we have outbreaks, or it may be something that we just allow parents to choose based on the fact that they want some interaction, but maybe that daily interaction is not possible. So what we hear from our parents is, in general, everybody wants to go back to the seated environment. But we know there are going to be special circumstances where that's just not possible. It may not be possible for a specific student. It may not be possible for a school for a little bit of time, or it might not be possible for the district. So we're building all of these contingency plans so that we are better prepared to open school, knowing that this virus is likely still going to be in our community, and we're going to have to be prepared to deal with it on a daily basis.
I've got about 30 seconds to go here, Dr. Jungmann. What is your summer message, if you will, for your students and staff in R12?
Yeah, I hope that you continue to learn with us. Explore to Go is an opportunity to stay engaged with your teachers. They're ready to serve you. We can't wait to see you physically face-to-face, and we look forward to seeing that happen in July. But right now, keep learning with us. And don't forget, we have food available also. Our food service program will run throughout the entire summer, so we want our families and kids to know that they have access to continue to have those resources too.
I see that happening at the elementary school that's in my neighborhood. Dr. John Jungmann, the superintendent for Springfield Public Schools, thank you for your time, sir, and have a good summer.
You too.
Okay. We'll have more Ozarks tonight after this quick break.